I don't know how many of you guys have been keeping up to date with all of the New World drama that has been going around recently, specifically pertaining to their cash shop. I also don't know if you're a part of the Ashes of Creation Discord, but before we go any further into this, I do want to give a little bit of background to the current situation. So on May 12th, Austin Patterson made a tweet over on Twitter where he revealed a screenshot of something that the New World developers posted. It goes on to state, premium currency shop internal testing. New World is introducing in-game purchases for special cosmetic items for players and their in-game homes. We will sell cosmetics in the form of item skins, dyes, company crests, and emotes. We will sell quality of life items or boosts that will help players improve their time spent leveling up their character and trade skill experience. That right there specifically is what has infuriated players. They are going to be not only selling cosmetics, which is perfectly fine, pretty much every MMO in existence sells cosmetics in their cash shop, but they are going to be selling quality of life items or boosts such as XP boosts that will allow for you to speed up your leveling, to speed up your trade skill leveling as well. That means, by some people's definition, that you are going to be able to advance if you pay beyond other players. So, day one, you get into the game, people pay for these XP boosts, they are going to hit endgame, they're going to hit max level before you do, which means that they are going to be able to start farming better gear before you do. Now, this is definitely pay to advance, but again, depending on your definition of the term, it may or may not be pay to win, because you can still attain everything that they are attaining. It'll just be slower than the people that are paying. Now, we're committed on keeping the competitive systems fair and balanced for all customers, and purchases will not provide a competitive edge over another player who chooses not to purchase additional items. And that statement right there makes absolutely no sense, because while they do say they're going to keep it fair and balanced, they go on to state that it is not going to provide any type of competitive edge over any player who does not purchase it. But, you know, by the logic of purchasing an XP boost and getting to a level higher than a person who did not use that level boost, you're going to have higher statistics, you're going to be able to farm better gear and equip better gear, which gives you a competitive advantage. Now, while they do go on to state a little bit more, that is where all of this drama has surfaced from. Now, this is where things get a little more heated. So, as you guys should be aware, if you follow Ashes of Creation, Steven is the CEO of Intrepid Studios. He is the one that is in charge of pretty much developing Ashes of Creation. He is the face of the game. He is the person that people look up to, that think that he and this game are going to revitalize, that are going to innovate and save the genre. And while I can't discuss that, because literally I have no idea how this game is going to end when it eventually releases in 2023, 2024, 2025, all I know is this comment right here has upset a lot of people because it is incredibly unprofessional and seems like not only an attack on New World, but as if he is inciting other people to attack New World by making this public statement to his community. So he goes on to state, I really enjoy how it was stated they would include quality of life items like level boosts and trade skill boosts, but nothing that affects competitive aspects of the game. Why you do this, Amazon? I was flattered when they drew inspiration from some of my designs, and I just want to stop right there just for a moment and state that I don't know what designs New World took inspiration from. I don't think he went and elaborated on that. It was just a random statement that he made that he is boasting. But anyway, he goes on to say, but honestly, who made this decision? I just want some new blood in the game. And he's getting very aggressive. And you know what? Ultimately, while I don't think it is necessarily bad to have an opinion like that, to make a statement like that, before any of you guys go on and make the claim that I am hating for no reason, I do not think that there is anything inherently wrong with making that statement, because everyone is entitled to their own opinion. But He did, of course, make this statement in the public lobby for his Discord, knowing that Ashes of Creation and New World are often compared to one another and are actual direct competitors to one another, as they are both games that require a purchase and they both have a kind of similar aesthetic look and feel. Now, even Steven himself knew that that was done in poor taste, that he should not have necessarily made a statement like that to, I think he has 30,000 people online on his Discord right now. So he went over to Reddit and he made an official apology. He goes on to state, regarding my commentary in Discord on New World, I agree that my commentary was unprofessional and I will endeavor to be more tempered in my response on issues that I care a lot about. Sometimes it's difficult when, as a player, I was excited for their MMO and what it brought to the MMO space, which desperately needs new successful products. And that is very true. It really does. We really need some new life breathed into the genre. And yes, this is the light theme for Reddit. I do not apologize. You guys are just gonna have to bear with me for this. I also have a strong view that cosmetics and subs are a good monetization strategy for maintaining content updates on MMORPGs. We all know what free-to-play causes, and buy-to-play causes a high barrier to entry, though I'm not as opposed to buy-to-play. The optimal business model, in my opinion, is a sub with cosmetic-only shop. And I just want to take a moment here to state that I don't necessarily agree with that. He goes on to state that he's not as opposed to buy-to-play, but he still is to a degree opposed to buy-to-play as a business model. But there are games out there like the Elder Scrolls Online, like Guild Wars 2, that all present a high quality MMORPG experience while not resorting to pay to win. He also goes on to state that the optimal business model is subscription based with cosmetic only, and that is also proven wrong by looking at Final Fantasy XIV and looking at World of Warcraft, who are the two biggest MMORPGs in the genre right now that both have pay to play business models, and Ashes of Creation is looking to have a pay to play business model as well. But both WoW, both Final Fantasy XIV have level boosts, they have mounts, they have costumes, they have a variety of different quality of life options for purchase via their cash shop, and nobody considers either of those cash shops pay to win. Now he goes on to further state reasoning, subs supply the developers with a steady income to make content, and MMOs live and die from their content. It also incentivizes the team to perform with that content, meaning that the content will need to be good to retain users over a period of time, not just during that content launch, and that is very true. In a buy-to-play game, companies already have your money and their interest in retaining the user is diminished to a degree. Of course, they still wish to retain the user, but when that user leaves, they aren't dropping their subscription, and buy-to-play games can consider the next revenue event, aka an expansion, etc., as an opportunity to win back the user. That I do not necessarily agree with as much. See, while I do think that companies aren't necessarily as concerned with maintaining your interest over the course of the game's launch and then the follow-up expansion, I do think that they want to still keep as many players playing as possible, because those players are going to not only make alternate characters, they're not only going to be purchasing additional outfits, they're not only going to be actively participating in the content itself, which causes other people to continue to participate in that content, but the continued release of items within the cash shop will continue to present that player with an opportunity to purchase said items and continue a, while not necessarily a regular stream of revenue like a subscription would provide, but more than if they just completely disregard the user altogether, which is what he is claiming here. On the shop side, I cannot express my opinion on this any stronger. Like many in the gaming community, I've experienced great games die because the company introduced pay to advantage. Whether that advantage is a winning one or a quality of life one, it undermines the content, the player base's efforts, the core gameplay loops, and lessens the sense of reward a player feels when they achieve something. And while I do agree that it does in fact lessen the sense of reward that a player feels, I do not believe that pay to advantage in the form of quality of life improvements are necessarily a bad thing, because as I stated, World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy XIV both provide a lot of quality of life improvements to the game. And so does the Elder Scrolls Online when they offer the VIP pack that offers you the the resource gathering pouch, I think is what it's referred to. Cosmetics, in my opinion, can supply additional revenues in a respectful way, so long as there are in-game achievable visuals that match and exceed the ornate complexities of what's offered in the cosmetic shop, and purchased cosmetics aren't tradable. That is key. And I know we have taken our own flack for our pre-order system, which, before we go any further, I just want to note, for those of you that are not aware, the Alpha 1 for Ashes of Creation, which has actually been delayed until July again, is going for $500. And when I saw that they were going to offer the game, the Alpha 1 for the game, for $500, I just looked at it and I stared in disbelief, because for me to get into this alpha, if I want to record footage for this alpha test to provide you guys with a look of how the game has progressed from when it was first revealed up until this point, unless they reach out to me and offer me alpha access, there is no way that I would pay $500 to alpha test a broken game. I don't care how good this game is. I don't care if it was Final Fantasy 18 or 19 or World of Warcraft 2 or 3. I would not pay $500 to alpha test a game. Now, granted, it does give you access to Alpha 2, Beta 1, Beta 2, and it could probably do with a lot of in-game benefits, but no, not for $500, really. Now they go into state. I know we have taken our own flack for a pre-order system, of which I have tried my best to engage and explain how our packages work and how our cosmetics offered are used in variants to actually help build our world. Furthermore, cosmetics must be actual skins, meaning that the player must first achieve the actual mount or building or armor in game, and then can apply the skin they purchased. Bottom line, the MMO community is diverse and has many opinions on the aspects of monetizations, and they really do. So of course we will each have our own opinions, and that is fine. But the best thing a company can do is be upfront about their monetization intents from the start. And I completely agree with that, which is why I'm actually confused as to why Steven is so upset with regards to providing an XP boost in New World when the Founders Pack, for the $150 Founders Pack, mind you, actually gives you access to the live launch head start, which gets you in-game a day earlier than every other player. Meaning that if you help fund the game with the $100, the $50, or the $25 option, you will be at a disadvantage, meaning that the people that pay for the $150 package and above would be, in essence, paying for an advantage. You guys kind of see the hypocrisy here? Now, again, I'm not attacking him directly. I'm not sure if he's going to alter that, if he has intentions of altering that, if the higher Founders Packs are going to get an increased head start over other players. I'm not sure even if you guys think having that head start is an advantage over other players. I'm not sure if you guys think that that 1 day head start is equivalent to 24 different XP boosts, even though it is, because again, everyone has different definitions of the term. I honestly hope you guys have watched up until this point so you guys can see that while he has made comments like this attacking New World, that he has made the very same mistakes, and that he is admittedly being a little bit of a hypocrite by making a public statement that he has an issue with pay to advance when he himself is promoting pay to advance. Now again, he goes on to state, it is best that they do their absolute best to stick with what they've said, and if changes are needed, explain why. Announcing the changes that were announced and in the way that it was announced, I felt was disrespectful, and it saddens me as a player and a member of the MMO development industry to see that. So I spoke unfiltered, and for that I apologize. It shall not happen again. And as a developer, as the CEO of a game that is as anticipated as Ashes of Creation, even as a content creator myself or other MMO YouTubers or other streamers in general, we are held responsible for the comments that we make. We have an audience that watches us and is affected by the things that we say. So while people do appreciate the fact that some people speak unfiltered, if history has taught us anything, it is that we need to be very careful of what we say. And again, while I do not necessarily find anything wrong with what he said, I do find something highly unprofessional with how he went about making that statement, and I do find it highly hypocritical that he goes on to promote the Head Start servers while simultaneously having an issue with some XP boosts. Anyway guys, that is pretty much everything I wanted to talk about with regards to the Ashes of Creation and the New World drama today. I did not expect to see developers, like entire games, attacking one another like this. This is very unprofessional on their part. I do not wish the Ashes of Creation game or the developers or anyone any ill intent or any ill will. I just think that they need to be more professional in the future and keep comments like that to themselves, or at least word it in a way that doesn't seem like you're necessarily attacking another game, especially when you yourself promote something very similar. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think of the New World cash shop, whether you think that it's going to be just some minor pay to advance stuff, if you think it's going to be heavily pay to win, what you think of Ashes of Creation, whether you think that their head starts are the equivalent of the XP boosts, even though they're not necessarily going to be as beneficial because it will only provide you a day head start as opposed to multiple days worth of XP boost. Let me know what you think of both games, what you think the potential for both cash shops are going to be, and let's talk about it. Anyway guys, that is it for me. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.